So Etsy sellers are on strike and petitioning some of the changes that's going on at Etsy. So
rise in fees.
It's not just rising fees, actually. Yeah, it's funny because when I saw a friend of mine post this on Facebook, this petition. I got it up on my screen here. It now has 84,000 signatures. And their goal is to get to 100,000 signatures, which is crazy that they're getting this many signatures on this. So when I first looked into this, I thought it was pretty silly because they were talking about this 30% increase in fees, and 30% does sound like a lot, but I found out that it's a 30% increase from their previous fee. So the actual increase, it was like 1.2% or something like that. It was a very small increase. I'm trying to find it now. What the actual? So it was like.
Well, you caught it. I didn't. I totally missed out on that. I thought it was a 30% increase.
Yeah, when I first saw 30%, I was like, damn, that's quite a bit. But then I was like, it's 30% higher than what it was before.
Gotcha.
But there's a little bit more to this story. All right. So I'm scrolling down here. This is what's going on. So first of all, this is on coworker.org, the petition. I usually say never sign petitions because
we talked about that in a previous episode.
Yeah. But in this case, if Etsy's seeing 100,000 people signing, I think that this is putting pressure on a company like Etsy. So in this case, I would say maybe sign the petition. I don't know what coworker.org is, but they also have etsystrike.org. And this is the website dedicated to the strike. Originally, I thought the keyword around this would be like Etsy petition, but that's not what it is. It's a strike. So they're like refusing to sell on Etsy.
Wow.
And when I got into the story, so originally when I saw this fee increase, and I was like, this is like a 1% increase. I was like, come on, guys, there's a bunch of Karens out here. But then I found out what's really going on here. So here is their demands, okay? They want to cancel the fee increase, which, whatever. I think fee increase, I think it's fine. I'm not against a fee increase. Okay?
As long as it's reasonable. I mean, we are dealing with crazy inflation rates, blah, blah, blah. There are reasons for fee increases as long as it's reasonable, right?
That's right. And again, also like if they're doing like the payment processing, I don't know if Etsy does that, but like typically used payment processors are charging you like 3%, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what everything that Etsy offers in this case, but their fee is, damn, I swear it was on here somewhere. It was like, so it says 15% fee is charged to sellers who have never earned more than $10,000 in a year. And these sellers are allowed to opt out of a program. Oh, it's for offsite ads to promote your products.
Oh, okay.
So that's only if they're running ads for your products, they're charging you a fee, which is cool. That's fine. If you sell over 10,000, or sorry, what is that? So it says other sellers pay 12% and are not allowed to opt out. Oh, I see. So if you sell over 10,000 in product, then you're paying 12%. You cannot opt out.
So it's a tiered system. Okay.
Yeah. It says, thanks to offsite ads, Etsy fees are an unpredictable expense that could take more than 20% of each transaction. That's a lot. Because Etsy sellers are selling, are supposed to be selling handcrafted physical goods.
That's my understanding. I've never been on it.
Yeah. Now what's happening, which is the rest of these points on their demands, I agree. So they're saying crack down on resellers with a comprehensive plan that is transparent so sellers can hold Etsy accountable. So what's happening is people are not making handcrafted things. They're buying stuff from China or from wherever, and they're just reselling these products. So Etsy is supposed to be a marketplace for people to craft goods, right? I agree with this completely. So I guess this has been going on for a while. Etsy's saying, yeah, we're trying to crack down on it, but there's no real plan, or they're not explaining the plan. So this, I agree with 100% that Etsy's community is about crafting products, right? And not resellers. I've actually also seen people reselling merch, like YouTuber merch.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people do launches or whatever, and they resell that stuff on Etsy. I see that all the time. I've also seen them actually rip off YouTubers' merch, make their own version of it, you know, using their brand assets and their logos and their trademarks, and then selling it on Etsy.
Brutal.
Which is also technically that's illegal, right? Yeah. That's an infringement on their trademark, right?
100%.
And it says here, number 3 is give golden support tickets to sellers affected by extreme AI actions, account terminations, and 45 to 90 day holdings on their funds. This is the biggest thing. People what I've noticed, I watched some videos about this, people are mostly furious about the lack of support. And they're saying to give a golden ticket, meaning that if you're a seller, you sold over 10,000 in products, something happens to your account's terminated, you're not being paid for 45 to 90 days, like answer in a day. I think that's completely reasonable. And I'm surprised that Etsy is not like, hell yeah, you know what, guys, that's a great idea.
So, do I understand you correctly? And really quick segue here. I'm right in the middle of a huge thunderstorm. So, dude, if I lose my internet, hey, that's how it goes. Okay.
Okay.
It just like it's
the show will go on.
Show's go on. I'm just letting you know. Okay. So anyways.
Hey, Andrew, sorry, before you ask your questions, I just want to get through the demands that they're asking, because we got the,
keep going.
So they want to cancel the increase in fee, which I'm not so on board with. They want to crack down on the resellers who are selling products that are not, handmade stuff. They want better support if their account gets terminated. They don't want their money being held for 45 to 90 days. They want to end the star seller program, which I don't know what that is yet. Let's look into that. And they want to give all sellers the ability to opt out of offsite ads, which makes sense. If your margin is going to be taken up to 20%, you don't want that. You rather just have your products on Etsy and do your own marketing and so on. You should be able to do that. So those are the 5 things. I don't know what the Star Seller program here is. A passive aggressive effort to influencer sellers' behaviors are counterproductive and result in a worse customer experience. Rather than making us mad at buyers who leave glowing 4-star reviews or making us feel that we can no longer offer letter class shipments on items like cards and stickers, Etsy should leave us to individually do the best we can for each and every customer. Oh, yeah, I don't know what the Star Seller program. I guess what it is. Do you know what it is?
I was just going to read further up in the same article there, dude. It says the Star Seller program is a bizarre attempt to micromanage the terms of our engagement with our buyers and audiences. Meanwhile, Etsy sellers routinely report waiting weeks or months for responses to urgent Etsy support tickets. This sounds like a huge support issue at the end of the day.
You know what? I got it up on my screen here. So it's etsy.com/star seller. So it's the Star Seller is a way to recognize and reward Etsy sellers who consistently provide an excellent customer experience. So what they're saying is that if you get a lot of really good reviews, you're going to be rewarded probably in some way on the website. And so they're saying, hey, end this because, we can't, not everyone can always be getting 5 stars. So basically they're not getting really good reviews. They're being demoted on the platform, I guess, or they have to do so much more to try to get that Star Seller status. And they're saying, enough is enough. Let's leave this. So you can see this headline here on The Verge. It says Etsy hit sellers with 30% transaction fee increase, which is a very misleading statement.
Yeah.
It's not 30% transaction fee. It's an increase. So it says right here on the headline, there it is. Seller fees on sales go from 5% to 6.5%. Mm-hmm. So it's like a 1.5% increase, which is, I don't think that's crazy, but I don't think that's the main issue. I think it's a support issue. So what's your thoughts here, Andrew?
Well, I've never used Etsy, and I feel for anyone. I think I mentioned this in the last episode that I fully support anyone's ability to create additional revenue streams. And I have had conversations. In fact, once upon a time when I did have a YouTube podcast interview show, I actually interviewed someone who generated a significant sum of her income from Etsy. And it sounds, I don't know who their direct competition is. Who is Etsy's direct competition? Because it sounds like they've got some operational challenges, and I'm always the kind of person that seeks out best practices. That's how I run my business. That's how I run my life. So Etsy versus Amazon. Etsy versus Amazon.
I would say, I was going to say it was probably going to be Amazon. Yeah.
Etsy versus Shopify. Etsy versus Kajai. Never heard of them before.
There's a lot of different marketplaces that you could choose to sell on. So Etsy is kind of like an Amazon for like homemade goods.
Homemade,
right?
Okay.
Or handmade goods. As an example, when COVID first started and there was a shortage of masks, people were making masks. Yeah. And the only place you could get a mask was going to be on a place like Etsy. And they sold $133 million in masks in April 2020 alone.
Yeah.
Right.
Imagine where we would be without Etsy then. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I think this is really interesting that people are petitioning and going on strike. I wonder if these sellers on Etsy are just like, we are not going to sell on Etsy anymore. It'll be interesting also to see Etsy's response to this situation. But it is blowing up right now. I bet that they're going to get to 100,000 signatures, which is what their goal is. And I think the solution for Etsy is gonna be to give in to some of these demands. I think they gotta come out and say, look, we're gonna give you the support where your account gets shut down. We're not gonna hold your money. I say they keep the fee increase. I would stick to that. And then they should put out something to stop the resellers.
If anything, all we're doing is highlighting the fact that they've increased their revenue dramatically thanks to the pandemic. The pandemic, you just called out one of the examples of why they've been so successful over the pandemic. So Etsy is producing some pretty impressive revenue numbers, and I think the users on the platform are basically just saying, "Listen, guys, come on, you wouldn't have a business if it wasn't for us. Like we need our piece of the pie too." That's how I'm interpreting this.
Absolutely, and I think they're right. I think, again, when I first heard the story and then I realized it was like a 30% increase on the transaction fee, I was actually planning to make make fun on this video. But then as I kind of dug into this a little bit more, I was like, because
everybody loves a good bad guy.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that was my initial reaction. I was like 1.5%, like who cares? It's like, like they're doing a lot for you, like they're giving you the platform to helping you sell the stuff. Right.
Yeah.
But also I should mention that Etsy has been increasing their fee over time, like a little bit here and there. But hey, same thing. If you have an investment property, you got some renters in there, you should be increasing your rent that you're charging every year to keep up with, what's going on. So again, I'm not against the fee increase, but everything else that they're talking about, I'm completely on board. I think that Etsy needs to step up and they need to address the issue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're creating things so toxic for their own users, how the hell do they plan on staying in business? The Etsy users are just going to say, well, this is costing me money at this point. I'm not making a damn thing. You're making my life anxious and frustrating and stressful. So I'm just going to give up. And then they're going to see a huge reduction in their user base. And I mean, this is a no-brainer in my opinion, but yeah. Okay.
All right, let's move on.